BCast1Radio.com. It's your boy Chill, Mr. Keep It Real. You know what time it is, y'all. Live in the vocal booth. Let's get it poppin'. Let's go.
Sunshine, she's here. You can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space with the air, like I don't care, baby. By the way, because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you.
Yeah, let's get it, y'all. BCast1Radio.com. Live in the vocal booth. Great topic. Let's go.
Here come bad news, talking this and that. Well, give me all you got and don't hold it back. Well, I should probably warn you, I'll be just fine. No offense to you, don't waste your time. Here's why. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Hey, go. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. The love is too high. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. I said, bring me down, can't none bring me down. The love is too high. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. I said, because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Because I'm happy. Clap along.
Alright, y'all know what it is. Live in the vocal booth. It's your boy Chill, Mr. Keep It Real. We getting it poppin', y'all. Oh man, we rolling live in the vocal booth. We got everybody in here tonight. Special guest tonight, HRJR. Got a great topic. Let's get it poppin'. Let's go.
What you wanna do? Wanna be ballers, shot callers, brawlers, who be dipping in the bins with the spoilers. On the low from the Jake and the Taurus, trying to get my hands on some grants like Horace. Yeah, living the raw deal. 3-course meal, spaghetti, fettuccine, and veal. But still, everything's real in the field. And what you can't have now, leave when you will. But don't knock me for trying to bury 7 zeros over in Rio de Janeiro. Ain't nobody's hero, but I wanna be heard on your hot 9-7 every day. That's my word. Swimming in women with their own condominiums, 5+5s who drive millenniums. It's all about the Benjamins. What? I get a 50-pound bag for the mutts. 5 carats on my hands with the cuts, and something European chromed out with the clutch. What?
Drinking more liquor, driving a broke bigger. I'm with more sippers, watched by gold diggers. Rocking Bajor denims with gold zippers. Lost your touch, we kept ours. Popping crystals, freaking the 3/4 reptiles. Enormous cream, forest green. Benz Jeep for my team, so while you sleep, I'm a scheme. You see through, so why nobody never gon' believe you. You should do what we do, stack chips like. Don't let the melody intrigue you, cause I'll leave you. I'm only here for that green paper with the
strictly trying to cop those colossal size Picassos.
Outside the gatos, the enda with cash flowing like Sosa.
And the Latin chick transporting in a chocha. Stampeding over pop modes, never sober. Flexing Range Rovers, dealing weight by Minnesota. Avoiding arcs with camcorders and Chevy Novas. Stash in the building with this chick named Alona from Daytona. When I was young, I want the boner, but now I only hit chicks who win beauty pageants. Tricking and taking me skiing at the Aspens. Gangsta mental, stay popping crystal. Pack a black pistol in the act coupe that's dark brown. Pinky ringing, gondolas with the man singing. Italian music down the river with your chick clinging to my bizzles. Player, you mad fools. Acting hard when you was as RuPaul's.
Come on.
It's all about the Benjamins, baby.
Yeah.
It's all about the Benjamins, baby.
Yeah.
It's all about the Benjamins, baby.
I wanna do. Wanna be ballers, shot callers, brawlers. Who be dipping in the bins with the spoilers. On the low from the Jake and the Taurus.
Wanna rumble with the B, huh? Throw a hex on the whole family. Dressed in all black like the omen. Have your friends singing, this is for my homie. And you know me for making it so sick. Lost in my six with the Lex on the wrist. If it's murder, you know she wrote it. German Ruger for your deep throated. Know you wanna feel the room, cause it's platinum coated. Take your pick, got a firearm, you should've told it. All that kick, player hating from the sideline. Get your own shit. Why you ride mine? I'm a good fella, kinda lady. Stash the 80s in Mercedes. Puffy, hold me down, baby.
Yo, we getting it in live in the vocal booth, y'all. We going in about 5 minutes. We blasting. We got great topic tonight. Let's get it.
Still hot bills in Brazil. About a mill of ice grill. Make it hard to figure me. Be kicking me in my hole. Undercover. Johnny Brasco. That's my East Coast girl. The Bentley, the twirl. My West Coast shorty. Push the chrome 740. Rockin' red man and naughty. Oh, with my kitty cat, half a brick of yay in the bra where her titties at. And I'm living that whole life we push weight. State Penn, O's in Penn State. Listen close, it's Francis, the praying mantis. Attack with the Mac, my left hand spit, right hand grip on the whip for the smooth getaway. Player haters, get away, or my lead will spray. Squeeze off till I'm empty, don't tempt me. Only to hell I send thee, all about the Benjis. Why?
Oh yeah, y'all, let's get it poppin', y'all. Y'all know what it is, live in the vocal booth. Let's get it going.
Just make it clap. Hey yo, we about to take everybody from every street and throw a party in the Grand Canyon. Come on. Yeah.
Y'all need to be at home dancing to this, all y'all ladies right about now.
Flip mode, baby.
And send all the videos to.
Hey. Ain't no faking the fluid, water dripping the flashes of women that shaking me to it while I'm taking you through it. No mistaking my crew, it's flip mode, baby. Got you acting all stupid, now I'm back in the coopin'. Just to tell you the truth, with some niggas that be having you blackin' and ready to lose it. Pushing Lambos and Harleys, rockin' Roberto Cavalli. Now I got a new hobby, diamonds and tattooing bodies. Watch me crash through the party, go ahead and spaz, girl. Tattooing the name of my clique across your ass, girl. We bout to blast, girl. From here to Albuquerque, like Jamaican niggas rockin' big chains and soccer jerseys. Take you on hotter journeys. The way we put it down and be hitting, be having you shaking more than a box of Hershey's. We come to control it, we come to command it. And just for the record, we always come to set a new standard, act like you know. In case you ain't knowing, in case you ain't heard. And if you want us to set it, just give me the word. This one goes down to my soldiers that be flipping them birds. To all my shorties wiggling and shaking their curves. Just make it clap. Just make it clap. Just make it clap. Just make it clap.
See, you's a hot little mama, it's only right that I holler. Love your face, love your smile, love that ass and that product. Make it bounce up and down like a 6'4" Impala. Turn around, wiggle lit like you're shaking it for dollars. And your skin tone pretty and you love to wear Vicky Sport, Gucci and Cabana, and you love to roll the sticky. Got a crib in the city with a cherry 850. You can cruise down the avenue and shop to get dizzy. Throw some carrots in your pinky, have your neck and wrist blingy. I can bless you with it all, but we'll never say give me. We can pop yellow bottles, push whips and all models. Boom, boom on the car.
Did y'all ladies hear that? He'll bless you with it all, but never say gimme.
You to dig it, boo. Hit me up later, we can go somewhere and kick it, boo. The name is Spliff, baby. I'll make your man hit me. Got my steak and gravy plus my getting crazy, baby.
In case you ain't knowing, in case you ain't heard. And if you want us to set it, just give me the word. This one goes down to my soldiers that be flipping them birds. To all my shorties wiggling and shaking their curves. Just make it clap. Just make it clap. Just make it clap. Just make it clap. I said, come on, if you're ready, we're wildin' all night. We make you feel good, make you feel right.
Alright, y'all, BCast1Radio.com. We about to do it big for y'all. Couple more minutes, we going live in the vocal booth. And let's get it poppin'. You can't see past my shades.
If you ask me what's on my mind, you probably won't believe it. Cause if life was one big pool, I'd be in the deep end. So I play my role and never ever speak it like a secret. And all the while you just try to figure me out.
What? But you can't see past my shades, past my shades, past my shades. That's right. And you can't see past my shades, past my shades, past my shades. And you can't see past my shades, past my shades, past my shades. And you can't see past my shades, past my virgin, I tell you no lies, cause there's nothing to hide. My soul's in my eyes, and I'm ahead of my time, but I cannot rewind. The only thing I fear is the mirror in my bathroom. People look and try to see in disguise, but there is nothing that nobody can't see in light. If it's a song with a rhyme or a verse with a line, then you understand my mind. But you can't see past my shades, past my shades, past my shades.
Let's go.
Mama, don't cry for me. Papas, don't feel bad. Cold are the streets that I gotta keep. They bang, so we bang back. So I rep my hood, my city, my borough thoroughly. That's all I have. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Father, if you're still listening, we hope our prayers make it up to heaven. And if we fall, we are not forgotten. Don't let our little brothers end up like we did. Let him grow up and get a job, and let him grow up behind bars, trying to be hard. Oh, and Father, can you sniff in my seat? Repping the wrong color on the wrong street, but no heat. Rockin' dickies, chuckers, bananas, my brothers, haters, lovers, we still got each other. We twist our hands up and pull our pants up. Walk this way, throw your flag and your setup. Mama, don't cry for me. No. Papa, don't feel bad. Cold are the streets that we gotta keep. They bang, so we bang back. So our hood, our city, our borough, so thoroughly. That's all we have. You gotta cook beef or you don't eat, and that's why we fly our flags.
I heard you mobbing, you moody, you jacking for jewelry, you banging and beasting with your tats and your toolies, banging for bounty. You too young for the 90s. Were you thumping with the G-Rap or jumping in the county, shooting by the roofing, scrapping is what's happening. Reeling about it, so booing, batting and cracking. If you going out tonight, you pray to the Father and say your soul to the cycle. You come and listen, no bouncing, ain't no cook 'em by the kitchen.
Alright, y'all know what it is. Live in the vocal booth. See, one of my buddies just walked in the studio. Coming and starting trouble.
With the nice hair, with the
big time trouble. Literally, she's starting trouble. Alright,
hello.
Y'all know what it is, man. Live in the vocal booth in the building.
You already know.
What's poppin'?
You know?
Let me turn this down a little bit so we can get it poppin'. Y'all know what it is. I'm your boy Chill, Mr. Keep It Real. I'm riding with the fellas tonight. And let's start it out so y'all know who y'all talking to. Give us that shot. Oh my gosh, there's Dickie in the building too. I ain't see you. Alright, y'all, let's get it poppin'. Of course, all the way to the right. If you're looking, I'm not gonna say to the right, I'm gonna save him for last. Let's go over to the left. Ladies, you love him, you want him, you wish you could have him. He is the one, the only.
It's Kurt Flirt, baby.
In the building, poppin'.
You know? Thank you.
And then, of course, sitting in the middle, riding in the captain's seat. And doing a damn good job of that.
Hello.
It's my man. If it ain't funky, it is. Pick it fresh. In the building, getting it popping. And then, of course, Ride the Night asked to come in as a special guest because his advice is top notch. Show him the shirt, man. I mean, warning. Let me read it to him. Warning. Stand your ground at my child's expense, and I will bury you beneath it. He's the one and the only, the motivational speaker.
The motivational. Drum roll, please.
Gave all that energy for that.
It's HRJR, your motivational coach. If you don't know what motivation means, motive plus action equals results, and results equal success.
That's what's up. That's we'll get you turned up. That's
you
the
already know.
Squad tonight. We got it popping. First of all, before we even dive into anything else, how's everybody doing?
Hold on, we gotta give props to the person on the wheels of steel now, man.
Oh damn.
Yeah,
the only.
Yeah, your boy. It's your boy, Mr. Keep It Real. Chillins in the building. We gonna get it popping tonight. Like I said, shout out to Soups. Just want to give her love. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Gentlemen, I just want the first thing, as we always, before we do anything, how's everybody doing, man? More than anything.
Man, I done had the angry black woman get on me. I was trying to get my advertising promotions thing on, and I went to hand a friend of mine the media kit and just slide back out. I came in previously about something else that had nothing to do with business, but I came back in about business just to hand her something. The young lady that was in there, she started talking. She said, and when you need now, what now? And I'm looking at her like, and you are? Like, the old me would have, I need you to mind your business, and then it would have been a whole nother conversation.
No
but
doubt.
I tried to let her live, but she was just extra. And I'm like, I don't even know this lady. She talking about she know me, all. I don't know you. Calm down. I said it's decorum. It's business. It's decorum.
No
she
doubt.
Just steady running her mouth like this is her business.
Kurt sound like, and I saw the same bitch on the street.
Yo, man, I gotta say everything's been good, man. I'm running on like the lowest fuels. It's been a busy 48 hours. My shout out. I told him I'd give him a shout out. Shout out to my father-in-law, 77 years old. We was at his party.
What?
And he is not like a 77-year-old man. He had a good time. And it was fun. It was fun. When you get family together and just have fun without no drama, it's pretty good, man. So I told him I'd give him a shout out. But outside of that, I'm happy. I'm all well. Fresh, Mr. International.
Man, I'm hurt.
I already know what he about to say.
I'm hurting.
Why you hurting?
I know this is probably not going to be the freshest thing or the sexiest thing, but you can probably tell by my voice or something.
A word.
Yeah, he got jabbed.
29-year-old man, I got braces.
Yo, what's that?
I got these new Invisaligns, and they killing me, man. It's painful.
He got the bubble gum.
Hold that.
It look like he got the bubble gum. Life is like a box of chocolate.
You gotta choose which words you're gonna say because your mouth.
Buffalo scram.
As you can see, if you're in the chat room or you're watching us here on BKS1 Radio Live in the vocal booth, from time to time I might do one of these in my mouth.
Like he boxing.
Because it's just so uncomfortable, you know what I mean?
Yo, man, I don't mean to laugh, big.
He trying to spit out the mouth guards.
I've been here about 45 minutes, and I ain't even noticed that the whole
First thing
time.
I said, what's wrong with your mouth, bro?
I didn't even notice it. You doing it well. But yo, shout out to you. That's an excellent thing, though. Ain't nothing wrong with getting braces,
Grown man getting right, bro.
That's all.
What was it? Arturo told me it was another word they used to have for this room over here, like the secret room.
The secret room.
I want to, before we go a little deeper, I just want to give a shout out to the ladies in the secret room, especially the young lady with the braids. I don't know what her name is, but I just keep getting flashes and passing by the doorway, and I need to shout you out. Hallelujah. Yes. Let's give a shout to her. A hand clap. Yes.
All right, man. So
she needs a round of applause.
I'm going to be fair about it, and we're going to dive in. We got a great topic tonight. Callers, you can call in. Our calling number is 646-233-1302. So y'all want to call in and talk about the topic, y'all can do that. Also, get in the chat. Give yourself a great name. My man HR is on chat, dude. He doing his thing. I know Visions was in there getting at me.
Yeah, man.
So anybody in chat, just pop in, put your opinions in, man, because we're going to talk about it. We're going to go in, man. So, Fresh, what we talking about tonight, man?
Tonight, we're going to talk about parenting. Has the word parent lost its definition? Has it become okay to allow your child to use profanity, misbehave, or imitate sexual behaviors on YouTube and WorldStar Hip-Hop? Are parents spending too much time at work and not enough time with their children? Join us live tonight in the vocal booth.
Live.
Yeah, LIVB, baby.
That's what's popping. And that's a good topic, man. And I think, and I'm gonna go to HR on this, man. I'll let you lead in.
Yeah.
Do we put too much responsibility on parents? Like,
stop.
At what point does, say, a quote unquote high schooler or college student get the blame themselves for acting a fool? Because there's a certain level after a parent teaches you get to a certain age where you should know better.
Yeah.
When does that jump in? Because I think sometimes we give the parents blame, rightfully so, in the younger ages. I agree with that because the child is under your care, your tutelage. But when they start getting older, when does that blame start switching over to, Negro, you should have enough sense to know this better?
When that child reaches that age of reason, we're talking, say 12, 13, start hitting them preteens, them teen years, when they know better. But see, it's a child's natural tendency to want to push the boundaries. The way I always describe it is this. You always hear people talk about walking the straight and narrow, right? Well, you got parents, hopefully, you got a mother and a father on either side of that road. And it's a kid's natural tendency to want to sway off the road. But it's the parents' job to be on the sidelines knocking them back into the, on that straight path. Now, unfortunately, what we have going on in society today is a hell of a lot of single parenting. Whether it's the mother raising the child or children, or the father. Me, I was raised by my mother. When my parents divorced, I was about 3 or 4. I was raised by my mother till about the age of 10, and then my father took over when she moved to Chicago. So what I'm saying is sometimes parents got to be on both sides of that road, but it's still their job to be there to keep that kid on that straight path. So in terms of what age should a child or a young person be held responsible, that's not something you can answer with a blanket statement for every child, because every family, every household is run differently. But every good parent should be able to know when they can entrust their child with certain responsibilities. And that child or young person has to be mature enough to handle that responsibility.
See, my mother used to say, listen, if you old enough to talk back to me, you're old enough to do and be responsible for yourself.
Absolutely.
Well, I hear what y'all saying, but where does it come to the point where you question whether or not? I mean, how could you expect a child to take on something that they haven't been taught? Because that's what I seen when me and Fresh were discussing about running with this topic. Like, just yesterday, a friend of mine, I assume it was either her or her friend's son. I was downtown, and I noticed a young man standing outside of a young man that I knew, who was actually a grown man though, in his 20s, and a young boy he had standing outside a beauty supply place, and he was calling about, he was bitch.
This is the young
out the little boy out his mouth to the grown man, and he really didn't give the grown man response. But then the mothers come out, and I'm thinking, mama come out, he in trouble, or he gonna flinch, or nobody said nothing. He actually started saying it louder, and nobody said anything, and then they walked on down the street. I started to say something.
There are trifling people in the world.
I started to stop her, because I know her. I started to stop her like, is that your son? But I actually was going to get my cousin's number to get her number to call her. Like, I still may. Like, was that your son that was with y'all outside the spot? And you allow him to talk to a grown man like that? Or any adult? Or even speak that way in your presence? And then you'll wonder why in the future, while he's talking to you that way, or trying to put his hands on you, or on his girlfriend, or end up in the streets doing his I hate to say it, the future drug dealers of America thing, or gang banging, or vice versa. Like, it's levels. What they say, it's levels to this.
Yeah.
Nah, you right.
So you start off here, and then it just elevates, because it shows that he doesn't have respect for anybody.
Here, it's yet another societal problem, because when you have people who haven't reached a certain level of maturity mentally, yet physically, and are going out there making babies, and they're still psychologically babies themselves.
No doubt.
They can't raise a child because they themselves haven't fully been raised.
Yeah.
So with that said, let me ask this question and pose this question. What's the difference between parenting back in the 80s, 90s, and 70s versus parenting in 2000, 2010?
In the 70s and 80s, parents was whipping ass.
Yeah. I said it to my friend's son all the time. You a lucky child.
In the 70s and 80s, parents was whipping ass. Wasn't nobody talking about all of this, you're going to ruin the child's self-esteem, or you're going to make the child, spanking makes the child prone to violence. Let me tell you something.
Wow.
I was born in 1970. And Chill, we about the same age.
No doubt.
We grew, let's keep it real.
No doubt.
We grew up watching the most violent-ish on cartoons.
And didn't imitate.
Okay,
that's an excellent point.
When you look at this Powerpuff Girls and all these miniaturized superhero squads, it's crazy stuff. My son is watching on TV and whatnot, and it's retarded.
Let me ask you, because I think you're the only one that actually on here tonight that actually has children. Am I not mistaken? Kurt might have some illegitimate child out there.
Cut the door.
No, but that being said, being that you parenting, and I like what you just said, what he's watching. It's funny how it sets up, and HR was 2,000% right. When we was coming up, we watched stuff like Bugs Bunny. Now, on the scope of things, you watch Bugs Bunny, you watch Woody Woodpecker, and I'm not dating myself, Road Runner.
Popeye
you
was
watch
always
those
kicking
shows. But there was a lot of violence. Like, there was people Elmer Fudd used to get shot in the face constantly.
No,
Daffy Duck.
Yeah,
In the face
with the
constantly.
shotgun. Yeah.
Call up
Not
to
the pillow.
732. You're on the line with Live in the Vocal Booth. How can I help you?
Yo, what's good? This your boy Authentic. What's up?
What's up, man? What's poppin',
man? This talented artist, man.
Chilling. Nah, I'm listening to y'all conversation. I definitely agree with what y'all talking about. You know what I mean? Like back in the day, when I was growing up in the '90s, you know what I mean? Like you just would never disrespect nobody like that. Like you would just get popped. Whereas nowadays, it's like the parents, if they do try to hit their kids, somebody calling dices.
You know, another thing coming up in the 70s, everybody on the block knew each other. Every family looked out for every other person's family, and it wasn't a matter of, well, not totally a matter of being nosy and being up in somebody's business. On my block coming up, if Miss Jenkins saw you on the corner acting the fool, she would snatch you up, tan your hide a little bit, and then probably Miss Brown would catch you. Miss Wilson would catch you.
Get you good.
And Miss Jenkins after Miss Jenkins let you go, she done already called your mother, your grandmother.
So when you get home, you're in
all
trouble.
right. And so by the time you get home, there's some more belt waiting for you at home. And here's another thing. In the 70s, because in the 80s, I think that's when things really started to take a turn. But in the 70s, there wasn't no 30-year-old grandparents.
Yeah.
Excellent point.
They trying to go to the club too.
We had at least maybe 2 or 3 big mamas on the block.
Excellent point.
You know, but in the 80s, what wound up happening was a lot of kids started losing their minds, and I say 80s because that was more or less my teen era, you know, and I got friends that are my age that I went to high school with that are grandparents now.
And you know what's funny?
But wait. The reason why I feel not necessarily uncomfortable, but kind of certainly like that, is because I have 2 boys that are 4 and 11.
Wow.
I didn't have my first kid until I was 31.
Wow.
31. You know, so, and it's not, and here's the thing. A lot of people will sit up there and say, well, I had my kid and I love my kid. I'm not throwing stones at you, but speaking for me personally, there's a right and wrong way to do things, according to how you may have been raised. Now, if you wasn't raised to, you know, take care of your body, control yourself, or if you're going to do what you're going to do, protect yourself, then you got to deal with the consequences. If you're going to be man or woman enough to lay down,
no doubt,
you have to be man or woman to stand up.
That's that's a good saying too, because I also remember the facts that as a young man, and let's keep it real, when we were men, a lot of pregnancies in high school take place not prepared or planned. It's a situation where you having sex with a young lady, and next thing you know, the young lady comes back and is like, hey, I'm pregnant.
What you gonna do?
You know, what's up? No, that's real talk. That's real talk. And that's going on in this generation too. Let's keep it real. So
actually, the numbers are going down.
Okay.
The numbers of teen pregnancy are actually going down.
That's interesting.
They were spiking. They were spiking in the 80s and the 90s, but they're going down. One, because of the diseases. There's more awareness about sexually transmitted disease. A lot of kids are getting more focused in their education, and they're realizing that, you know, there are a lot of consequences that come with not protecting yourself.
Yo, let me keep it real quick, Fresh. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all for one thing. And now that you said that, it's kind of funny. I dated a young lady now this is, I would probably say 90, mid-90s. This young lady was so much into her career that I couldn't get in without a condom. Yo, wow. And I'm gonna keep it funky with you. I mean, I tried every trick in the book. Let me just let me just get one little pump.
Let me put the tip in.
Let me put the tip in. Exactly. I tried everything in the book, and I did get the tip in, but she'd be like, put that thing. But she was so much into her career, and I respect her for that. And right now, she's got a great position somewhere, because she was like saying, and it goes both ways. It's not only the man's responsibility, but it's also the woman's responsibility to take care of themselves during those situations. Go ahead, Fresh, what you say.
The issue I have here is just so many things that prohibit parenting. Like, for example, Authentic. You're a great artist, right? Great singer, right? How do you feel as though music influences the ability of parents to govern their children?
You know, it's crazy because the kids, they see, you know, artists that they portray a certain lifestyle, or they talk about certain things that they actually do believe it. And sometimes, you know, things that they are talking about isn't true. And you know what I mean? And sometimes you do have to blame the artist sometimes, is that, you know, you're putting out a message for these young kids, especially people who look up to you, and you're putting out these negative messages, and the kids are looking up to it, and then the parent, it's hard for the parents sometimes to try to bring the child back on the right path, because they're like, well, so-and-so is doing it, or they're doing it, and look where they're at, but not knowing that they're really not doing it.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Here's the thing with regards to musicians, singers, actors, basically the whole entertainment industry should not be, it should be living up to its purpose, which is entertain, not raise your children.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know, if somebody's song, you know, and I'm gonna date myself, you know, we can go as far back as In the Sheets from the Isley Brothers to you know whatever, you know, freaky deaky songs is out there today. You know, if parents are letting that guide their children, then parents are slipping.
Yeah. Rappers and singers are not your role model. Your parents are supposed to be a role model.
Absolutely.
And tell you right from wrong, on what you should follow and what you shouldn't, and what's reality and what's fantasy. It's not the job. You ever see, remember The Cable Guy? The movie The Cable Guy?
Yeah.
He said, I gotta kill the babysitter. That's the babysitter. The videos now, the TV, the cable, they sitting and watching TV and listening to all these songs, and that's what's guiding the children's minds. That's why they're on Facebook, and you see parents beating the hell out of their child on Facebook because they're doing twerking videos instead of doing their homework. But where were you when it was homework time?
Exactly.
And your daughter was watching 106 in Park or whatever other show with Beyonce talking about surfboarding and all of that. And then she on there with her little friends making videos about it.
You know what? I saw a video on Facebook probably like maybe a couple weeks ago, and it had this little kid. I don't know if you guys saw it, but it was pretty much the kid was in the supermarket. He had to be like maybe 6 or 7, and he was just like going around just taking stuff. And the mom wasn't even really doing nothing.
That was actually a prank video.
And
it was?
Yeah. And
I was gonna say too,
they
be
started
careful with
fighting
those
each other.
videos because sometimes they're staged.
That's actually a staged prank video.
Yeah.
It's very good, but it's actually a stage.
Is that the one where they was in the store and she was it was like the grocery section where grapes and stuff is at? I saw that.
Yeah. That was actually a staged video.
What? I know one. First, hey, authentic. We thank you for calling. We're gonna get some of your music. You send us some of your music. We'll play that on the radio sometime soon.
No doubt.
All right.
We got some activity in the chat room. My brother HB Hopkins calling in from the Midwest.
That's what's up.
Shout out to Groove 5 Groove Social Fellowship Incorporated. My man said we was talking about, you know, the different decades. My man said there wasn't crack in the 70s. Moms were at home. All right.
Wow.
And guess 8541. I'm going to tell you right now, if you want to be paid attention to moving forward, create a screen name for yourself. But guess 8541, quote a scripture: "He who withholds his rod hates his son, but he who loves him disciplines him diligently."
You know what? Can we just real quick, let's talk about discipline very, very quickly. HR, like what you said, because I seen the difference. Yo, the bottom line is, it's funny. I see a lot of people now, especially celebrities, and we use celebrities because their quote unquote life is public.
Right.
But you hear a lot of them when I hear stories about I was abused. Sometimes, to me, they probably just got a good old fashioned butt whooping, and now in this day and age, that's looked at
as being abused.
Everybody's abused, but that's why everybody's out here running amok.
And I'm gonna keep it running, and I'll lead you guys to it because I can speak from the level when I was in school. I seen plenty of parents come up to the school to whoop somebody's ass. I'm
in the house coat with the slippers on.
It don't matter. I mean, because I remember we would clown. You know, kids are kids. You know, they would joke and everything. I remember my friend Marcus Benjamin, God rest his soul. His father came up. He was bad. He ain't beat him in the class down in the principal's office. Whooped his ass right in the principal's office. Belt, everything.
Yeah.
And it was accepted. Really, nobody looked odd. We joked them, we clowned them, but even then, that lasted for a couple days.
Till
and
the
then
next kid's mother came in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do that now.
You going to jail?
Could that be something that's leading us into that? Are we super soft as a society?
It's a plot, especially in our community, because the whooping is or getting your behind spanked was our thing. Like the Caucasians, they would put them on timeout and stand in the corner. So I think it's all like perpetuating the system.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you. I'm sorry, Coach. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, what I'm saying is,
did I break your concentration?
You just did it.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro. Maybe it'll come back to you.
Go ahead, he's the illest.
No, I'll tell you a quick story. For those who don't know, I'm a retired police officer. I had a job where a young girl was attacked, and she got her ass beat. Little white girl got her ass beat. Middle school. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm at the parents' house taking the parents' report and the child's statement and whatever, and I asked the father, well, when you spoke with the principal, were you able to arrange a meeting with the other parents? And the father said that they wouldn't give him any information about the other kid.
Wow, that was a fight?
So yeah, it wasn't a fight. No, this little black girl walked up to this white girl and she just snuck her from behind.
Oh.
You remember when Eddie Murphy was making the joke about fighting the Italians and he said one of them came from behind him? And hit him That's basically what the girl did. Why is my father calling me on my phone? He know I'm on. Man,
that's parenting. Hey, man.
That's parenting.
That's parental control. You gonna hear about that later when you get.
Boy, you ain't answer my call.
But
he got the belt.
I basically told that parent. I said, well, you know what? Funny thing is, the way I'm dressed, I don't think I'm gonna have that problem getting that information. So, to follow up on my report, I went to the school and spoke with the vice principal, and I basically asked the vice principal, well, is there any way you or the principal can sit the parents down and, as a room full of adults, find out what's wrong with these children, and as a team effort, get these children straight, making sure all the parents and the adults are on the same page. Vice principal told me we're not equipped to counsel.
Oh,
wow.
I'm like,
what kind of school was that? What was that?
Woodbridge Middle. Woodbridge Middle School.
Oh wow.
But so I'm like, wait, I don't understand, because one student attacked another student.
You're not equipped to counsel. So what do you do?
And
just kick them out?
You're telling me that you're not going to protect this child's safety, or you're not going to do anything with the parents, to sit down with the parents to find out how we can come to a common ground, a common solution with these children?
They don't have guidance counselors in the school?
It's middle school.
What actually does, and I'm going to be fair, and I'm just putting this out there not to be naive. In the school system, guidance counselor counts. I used to think guidance counseling was mainly for your educational purposes, but they really count for your everyday life situations. So if a kid had a problem in school, let's just say hypothetically he was contemplating committing suicide. In that situation, you would go and talk to your guidance counselor for that.
Or a peer counselor, some type of
So that's a very important position. I totally underestimated it. I thought the value of a guidance counselor was basically keeping the kids in school, meaning that, hey, you know what you going to do? Are you going to take your SATs? Is going on? That's included too.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, even I had a guidance counselor in elementary school, so I don't know what they're doing now. Even in my college, they have like some type of a peer like counseling for other things. If you need help with social services, separate from your academic counseling, they have separate counselors that come in to speak with you. You have issues if you're going through stuff with self-esteem, you're being bullied, if you need help getting food stamps, if you need housing, if you need shelter, if you need clothing, they have somebody there that gets paid just to be there to talk to you about that stuff on certain days at the campus.
Makes sense.
So I don't know. Yeah, it should always be some type of counselor. So how can you not be equipped? That's just ridiculous.
Callers, you can call in. Our call-in number is 646-233-1302. Give us a call. Talk about this topic. Also, at the same token, we just want your opinion on it. Get in the chat. Give yourself a good name. Give yourself a great name. Go ahead, put it through, and that's what we'll call you. Join our chat room, Rebels, and we'll make it pop and make it happen. Boy, I tell you, man, it's popping here in the vocal booth tonight. It really is. A lot of interesting things going on.
Yes.
During the middle of the show, I tell you, just don't give a rats. Boy, Oh boy, that's what you CEO. You can do all that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
If you could see what I see.
A lot of beautification going on.
BKS1Radio.com live in the vocal booth. It's your boy Chill, Mr. Keep It Real, along with
Figure Fresh.
And my man
HRJR, your motivational coach.
And of course,
Kurt Flirt, baby,
in the building. That's what's popping. And tonight's topic, man, is very interesting. I want some of y'all parents to call in, man.
Yes.
And let's find out everything that's going down. HR, one other thing too. Like I said, when you run across people, and sometimes let's say a situation where the parents, and I hate to bring it up, but it's true, are kind of afraid of their kids, or just don't give a rat's ass. And then you got these kids, as Fresh had put in a statement, going on Facebook, going on Twitter, putting up what they want to put up, putting up back shots if you a girl,
videos,
things of that nature.
Yeah.
What do you tell a parent that has kind of lost their child already? How you regain them?
You know
that's
what?
That's a good question.
Years ago, it was New Year's, as a matter of fact. I was working and went to a home where daughter came home, 14 years old, came home drunk. About 3:30 in the morning, something like that. And I'm talking to the mother and the father, and the father saying, well, she's always cursing and she da 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 da. And basically, when I talk to parents, I'm like, look, you got a nice house here.
Mm-hmm.
You got 2 cars in the driveway and a garage. You got a backyard, pool, whatnot. You got a nice home. I'm sure if I open your refrigerator, it's going to be full of food. Don't look like nobody missing no meals up in here. Everybody's healthy.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Now, let me ask you this. What would your father have done if you spoke to him the way your daughter is speaking to you? Oh, well, my father would have taken me out to the woodshed. Well, what the hell is stopping you? Because obviously what your father did for you got you where you are today with all of this. So why would you deprive your family or why would you deprive your children of those elements that made you this successful in your life? Because when you allow your daughter to get away with this, with this behavior, her language, her conduct, or whatnot, okay, it's only going to get worse.
Good point.
Yeah.
It's only going to get worse.
Well, you know what though? Actually, there was a video, right, where these 2 girls were twerking. They were dancing. Recorded the video, got a lot of hits. Don't you know their father went and recorded a video of him saying, "Oh, you girls want to twerk?" Well, and beating them. Beating them,
embarrassed them right on
the camera, and then posted on their Facebook accounts. And this guy went to jail.
Well, see, here's the thing. What you got to be aware of, and this is something that I always said when I had my show back here, a year or so ago. You have to be cognizant of the laws of your state. You have to be cognizant of the laws in your state. I'm trying to stay focused.
Is that abuse?
You have to be cognizant. There's things going on in the studio. That's all I'm gonna say. No, you have to.
Everybody, calm down. Everybody.
You have to be cognizant of the laws in your state because in some states you cannot lay hands on your children. In some states you have to. You cannot lay hands on your children. We have a call.
Yeah, got a call on the
973. State your name. You're on live in vocal booth.
Hello.
Hello.
Harold Reed there.
This is HRSR.
Oh, that's so you call. Oh, so when you ain't answer his call, he said, "I got a trick for you, boy."
That's funny.
So he was Madman.
HRSR.
So he was Madman.
My name.
That's
okay. What's the number, Harold? And I gave it to him.
It's an honor to talk to you, sir.
Yes, it is.
I told him you got the belt out for him because he didn't answer that call. I tried to warn him, sir.
Yeah, Pop, go ahead, man.
No, I was I couldn't find the live whatever y'all doing. I couldn't find it on the computer. What are you under?
If you got this,
I was listening to the Hip Hop Boys.
I listened to the Hip Hop Boys.
We're live in the vocal booth.
He was in there getting his Bank A bounce on.
At the top of the screen, you're gonna see a whole bunch of tabs. Just click on live in the vocal booth.
The second tab from the left, the top.
Okay, wait, let me go back to it.
Now,
I tried that before, but it took it's taking the time to do whatever. So I'm hopping all over the place.
Now, while I got you on air, HRSR, if I can call you that. Real quick, the difference now when you raise and all jokes aside, right now HR is grown, but I still give credit due. He's turned out to be a great man, and I'm sure that has made you very proud. But as I want you to think back to when he was young and think back to parenting, I don't know, 30 years ago.
Right.
What's your opinion as opposed to what's going on now? I don't think you guys did nothing wrong. Do you think you guys as parents back then are unfairly judged on parenting as opposed to what's going on now?
No, I honestly think what's going on now is that I guess you might have babies trying to raise babies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and like only thing I taught my son was what I was taught. You know, and it was the main thing, and he might tell you, I always told him, I'll get you what you need.
Mm-hmm.
What you want, get it yourself. You know?
Yeah, that's a good one right there.
I've for so long.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if I was Donald Trump, if I was this or that, and if I had that to shower something upon it, I probably would, but I didn't. So the best thing I could do was, you know, give him, you know, the basics of trying to live, you know, supply and do for yourself, do whatever, but don't depend on somebody always giving you something.
Right,
You know, just like you have that case in New Jersey where the girl suing her parents.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Kicked out. Are they
kicking her out?
That ain't even gonna fly in here. He would have got the big boot. You know, and a little something more to go with it. He knows that. You know, I mean, I'm only gonna do so much. You know, it's like I put it like this, and Harold will tell you, if by chance if it was a girl, I probably would have let him go with his mother, because I don't think I could have raised a girl properly, a female.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Wow.
But I named them after me, and then, you know, I just said to myself, I said, well, you know, that's my son, and I figured if I let him go, I'll probably never see him again, and I might be one of those cases where as he grows up later, hating his father because he don't know his father.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what we have with a lot of black kids today. Who's your daddy? I don't know.
Yeah.
You know?
Are you my daddy? Like, don't be a menace to South Central. What do you say to she said, what do you say to the nice man? Are you my daddy?
Because, you know, I'm going to be honest, too, because a lot of times I think, like we was just talking about, you guys got down. Y'all knew you disciplined your child. And now I think it's unfair to you guys because you hear a lot of people say, "Oh, don't hit your child. Put them in the corner on timeout." And I don't believe that. I personally believe that that's the way. I'm gonna give you a real quick true story. My niece, I don't have any children, but I do have nieces, and I spanked her, and she went to school claiming her tush was hurt. Now my niece was like in 6th grade at that time, but she stole something. And, you know, and it was like, what am I do? I mean, you know, there comes a point where I got to let her know, hey, don't steal. And it was getting to a point where she had stolen. And it went from candy bars. Next thing you know, she stole someone's, went into someone's purse. So what I ended up doing was I spanked her. When she went to school and claimed, I can't sit down. She was playing the role. And her fanny might have been hurt because I was popping her with my hand because I want to teach her discipline. Don't you know they called diapers on me? And I had a meeting at my house.
It took me about 20 years to figure out what diapers was. I never heard of
It's to figure out what it was.
And I know a young lady that worked. Everyone's like, we're gonna call diapers, son. And who the hell is diapers? you know, I looked it up in the dictionary. And I ain't seen diapers. So I found out, you know, these are letters meaning something else. But like, you know, a lot of people, like the kids growing up now, they don't even know, like the old saying, spare the rod, spoil the child.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm not saying that you jump up there and beat the mess out of them.
Agreed.
But to be honest with you, with Hal, I only had to pop him a few times. He knew once he knew I meant business, I didn't have no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
He might tell you a different story.
No, that's the truth. No, that's the truth. That's the truth. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, he wasn't any perfect angel.
Hell no.
You know, but it's like I never really, you know, we had a few differences when I first, you know, took over the role of being the main parent. But once we got over that, I said, hey, it is what it is.
See, this is another thing that I agree upon. Somebody mentioned earlier about single parents and whatnot. There's a song out right now called "No Woman, a Woman Can't Raise No Man."
Exactly.
So the way that HR Junior was telling us, at 10 years old, I think 10 years old, right?
Mm-hmm.
You took over. I feel as though in any single parent relationship where his mother has custody and the father has custody sometimes, at a certain age, if you have a boy, you have to give the boy to your son to your father, his father, because the mother can't raise him.
Well, I can't totally agree with that, because what if the father doesn't want the kid? See, the father has to want to be involved. And see, my whole concern was that if I didn't make this last effort to try to get him, I would probably be a statistic, whereas he would grow up. I'll be honest with you, I don't even think he'd be alive today.
Wow.
Tell you the truth. Because I don't think his mother could have handled him. And I'm not knocking her. I just don't think that, knowing as he's grown up now the way he is, because this used to be Big Harold. We was talking about that earlier today. Big Harold, Little Harold. Now, I'm Little Harold, he's Big Harold. And I'm not small.
I'm always going to be Little Harold. I was telling my dad, I could have grown up with like Junior, Scooter, Junebug, Boo Boo, or some nonsense like that. I'll claim Little Harold, and I'll wear that to the grave. But, Pops, we want to thank you for calling in,
yes,
man. Hope you got everything straight. You will be able to see the show.
Well, yeah, I clicked that on, so it hasn't come on yet. So now I see pictures of AJ now.
Oh, Lord. What are you... All right, Pop. I'm going to holler at you later, man.
Take care. All right. Yeah, man. I mean, it's a joint thing, but I believe the main thing that's happening now from back in the day is that the government is taking more responsibility in judging how kids are raised, how families are raised. The government is taking more of an initiative to say what you can and what you can't do when you're raising your kids, and I don't think that's fair.
All right, I didn't want to cut you off, but pay back some other. So
I remember what I was going to say.
I'm chiming back in. See, we're going to fight. We're going to talk later. After the show, HRJR versus Kurt Flirt. We taking bets. But you're actually touching on what I was going to talk about before, because it's a cycle. Nowadays you see women who in certain societies where they turn 18, I'm going to get on welfare. If I have a baby, I'm going to get on welfare. But the way the system is set up, if a woman is pregnant or they get on welfare or whatever, the first thing they want to know is what the name of the father is. Because in society, really, the father should be taking care of that family. So not thinking that you're getting anything for free, whatever welfare is giving you, they're going to put that man, that's where the child support comes in. The money from the child support is paying back the money that the government is giving you.
Right.
So then they put these laws in place. They hold him for the child support, put him in jail or whatever, and then he's not able to take care of his child and raise him or raise them to the level that they're supposed to be raised. And then they put these laws in place where you can't discipline your child. So then there's a point where the government is basically raising your children, or with the welfare as far as supporting them, and then
governing.
Yeah, exactly. And then they're left to run amok because you can't spank them like they need to be reared properly. Right. So then there's laws where they're going to put them in jail, or justifiable homicide. They have your child out here running amok, and then you can't deal with them, and then they gotta take matters into their own hands, so to speak.
Yeah, we're gonna jump into the chat room because Visions is going ballistic in the chat.
That's how you pronounce that. I was trying to figure out how to pronounce it because they was going in, and I was going to
Visions was talking earlier like there aren't. You talking about you had a guidance counselor in elementary school or whatnot?
Yes, so there's not a lot.
They're not a lot, if any anymore. Let's see, because some of these are repeats.
Yeah, I don't know why it does that.
There may be one or two for the entire school district for the elementary, and one or two for the middle school.
And it's something that's needed.
And that varies on the area.
Also, Nancy said something that it kind of makes more sense. She says a woman can't raise a man as I did, but you need a positive village of men to incorporate it. And I kind of,
no, she's right.
She's on point.
I kind of had that. I kind of had that same. Like my mother raised me by herself, but I had my grandfather.
Yeah.
And I had my uncle. So it wasn't like she was really by herself because I had my grandfather. But I understand what Nancy's saying. I definitely agree.
Now, see, like my dad was just on the line, and yes, that was my father. When, like I said, my parents raised me. Well, my parents divorced when I was about 3 or 4 years old. Now, my mother was pretty much by herself. Her family's in South Carolina and in Florida or whatever when I was so it was basically when I was with her, it was just me and her, But when she got a job offer in Chicago, my father, like he told you, he said, I'm keeping my son. All right, and so caller, just sit tight. And so when he took me in. I don't say he took me in, but when he took custody of me, it wasn't just him. My grandparents lived in the same house. My uncle lived on the 3rd floor of the house. So my father had a great support system. And I was in a household with 3 grown-ass men. Okay, my father, my uncle, and my grandfather. Okay, so even though my parents' marriage didn't work, I still had a prime example of what a good, strong, supportive marriage is supposed to look like in the example of my grandparents.
Yeah.
So I had that there, and sadly, a lot of kids today don't have that. Caller
from 908. You're live in the vocal booth.
Evening, this is Vision.
Oh Lord Jesus!
Hello, Vision.
All right. Hey, don't be talking slick in the chat either, Visions.
This is my girl.
Don't let the slim frame fool you, lady. I get it in.
What's going on, Vision?
What's going on, girl? They don't know. They don't know.
They don't know. See, I'm of the same era, a year older than HRJR. So,
you ain't but so much older than me.
2 seconds. That's why she's taking your
I was
side.
born in 69. You were born in 70.
Woo, put him on the blast.
Whoa, all those.
She telling the business, and that's my number. That number is in my life a lot. I don't know why. Like, I don't be like that. You nasty. See, get your mind out together. Get your mind out together.
Go ahead, girl.
Anyway, so I'm of the same mindset. I do not believe in sparing the ride. If need be. And I have 2 older girls. I beat their behind.
Yes.
I have a young son.
Yep.
Who I only had to beat his behind once, but then I put the fear of God into him.
That's what I'm talking about. High five.
But always, not even God, of me, and of all places, Target in Clark.
Oh, in the store?
In the store.
Oh. Well, all
didn't have to beat him, but I made it across that wide-ass aisle in one step and was all in his personal space. There was just breathing air between us.
Now, V,
and how old was he?
He was about 5 or 6.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And I didn't holler. I didn't raise my voice. In fact, my teeth didn't move apart.
Oh,
the
man.
gritted teeth.
Oh, yeah.
And like I said, I put the fear in him that what was not acceptable.
Right.
Yeah.
And fortunately, he's a logical young man. He's 10, about 10 and a half, as he keeps reminding me every day.
Now, V, I got to be fair, and not to put it out there. I know your son, and he's a great kid. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
He's fun. You've raised him well.
Kid,
He's
but
great.
he has his moments, and you got him.
Said, boy, you better not act up in front of these white folks in the store.
Now, let me say this about...
You know what I told you before we got out the car.
Now, V, everybody can go viral and see her son. Just type in on YouTube, Whack and Yellow.
Whack and Yellow.
Whack and Yellow. Is he a rapper?
Type that in, and you'll see
So
why.
YouTube, Whack
It's
and Yellow.
dedicated to his Uncle Chill, by the way, because everybody knows I'm such a diehard Steeler fan. So when the Steelers lost to the Packers in the Super Bowl, I think that was it that year, right? When they lost to the Packers.
I don't remember. No, I think it was just because.
Oh, hold on.
Uh-oh.
Hold up.
Uh-oh.
Whack and Yellow.
It is 12 a.m.
Oh, yeah. We do got to do this.
At this point in time, you got something you could put up on there? We about to have a quick
moment of silence.
Notorious.
Paying homage to Christopher Wallace, Notorious B.I.G. Greatest that ever did it. That ain't alive to talk about it. Norm said that.
No, terrible.
So while Chill comes up with something, we're going to have a quick you know, we're gonna have a BIG. We gonna rock out the BIG up in here. Visions, if you want to call back in a few, so you're not sitting here on the line while we kind of, you know, Biggie out.
No,
for
you know, I'd rather just sit on the line because I can hear you all the way.
I'd rather just have you on the line. I didn't even know Visions was a lady.
I'd rather
so
just sit there on the line.
That's good.
So y'all can hear me cuss y'all asses out.
Matter of fact, what it is, I'm gonna put my headphones on. We're gonna transfer her call to my headphones. Saying no.
HRJR.
Why you calling him? He about. Let me find out.
All right, let's do it, y'all.
He knows me well, and he knows who and how I am.
All right, hold on, Vision. Hold on, V.
All right, so we're going to do this for B.I.G., the notorious Biggie Smalls, Christopher Wallace. We'll have a moment of silence, bcast1radio.com. Thank you much. Let's get it popping.
All right, Vision. Before we get back to you, we got because Nancy's blacking out in the chat room.
Tell Nancy to hold that. Well, read that.
Well, no, I'm about to read it. Nancy said, "I had my first son at 16 and married too young to his father. Decided to leave my husband 2 weeks after having my son while in my senior year of high school, as it was not a healthy environment to raise a young black man, and did not need a man in my house to raise my son. My support system was my church, family pastor, Reverend Butts, rites of passage, parochial schools, clean and firm household, and not letting just any man in my house as dating until married again." Yeah, so we'll go right into Biggie with that.
Yeah.
Be right back.
My Detroit players, Tim's for my hooligans in Brooklyn. Dead right, if the head right, Biggie there every night. Papa been smooth since days of under rules. Never lose, never choose to. Bruise, cruise, who? Do something to us. Talk, go through us. Girls want to us, wanna do us, screw us, who us? Yeah, Papa and Pop. Close like Starsky and Hutch, stick to clutch. Yeah, I squeeze 3 at your cherry M3. Bang every MC easily. Take that. Recently, frontin' ain't saying nothing, so I just speak my peace, keep my peace. Cubans with the Jesus peace, with my peace. Packing, asking who want it, you got it, flaunt it. That Brooklyn bull, we on it.
Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me, and I just love your flashy ways. Guess that's why they're broken, you're so fake. Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me, and I just love your flashy ways. Guess that's why they're broken, you're so fake.
I put O's in NY onto DKNY. Miami, DC, prefer Versace. That's right. All Philly hoes know it's Moschino. Every cutie with the booty, boy, the coochie. Now who's the real dookie? Meaning who's really the ride dicks? Frank White push the 6 on the Lexus LX 4.5. Bulletproof glass tints if I want some ass. Gon' blast squeeze first, ask questions last. That's how most of these so-called gangsters pass. At last. Rapping about blunts and broads, is them bras, menage a trois, sex and expensive cars, and still leave you on the pavement. Condo paid for, no car payment. At my arraignment, note for the plaintiff. Your daughter's tied up in the Brooklyn basement. Face it, not guilty. That's how I stay true. Richer than richer, so you just come and get me. Come on.
Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me, and I just love your flashy ways. Guess that's why they're broken, you're so fake. Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me, and I just love your flashy ways.
I like this.
Now, to all the ladies in the place with style and grace, allow me to lace these lyrical douches in your bushes. Who rock grooves and make moves with all the mommies. The back of the club, sipping Moet is where you find me. The back of the club, macking left my crews behind me. Mad question asking, passing, music lasting. But I just can't quit because one of these homies Biggie got to creep with, sleep with, keep the ep a secret. Why not? Why blow up my spot? Cause we both got hot. Now check it. I got more Mac than Craig and in the bed. Believe me, sweetie, I got enough to feed the needy. No need to be greedy. I got mad friends with Benzes. See notes by the layers. True to life players. Jump in the Rover and come over. Tell your friends jump in the GS3. I got the by the tree. When you call me Big Papa, throw your hands in the air if you's a true player. I love it when you call me Big Papa. To the honeys getting money, playing fellas like dummies. I love it when you call me Big Papa. You gotta up in your waist, please don't shoot up the place. Cause I see some ladies tonight that should be having my baby. Baby. Straight up, honey, really, I'm asking. Most of these fellas.
Bad boy, baby.
Yeah. Really mafia. Yeah.
B.I.G. put that one again.
Speak of the strong, who got it going on? You're dead wrong. The weak of the strong, who got it going on? You're dead wrong. Relax and take notes while I take totes of the marijuana smoke. Throw you in a choke, gun smoke. Biggie Smalls for mayor, the rap slayer, the hooker layer, motherfucker sayer.
Live in the vocal booth, paying homage to Biggie. I'm gonna go one more in and we'll get back to the topic, alright? Let's go.
North face off her back, Japper if she act funny with the money, oh you got me mistaken, honey. I don't wanna rape ya, I just want the paper, the visa, capisha. I'm out like the vapors. Who's the one you call Mr. Macho, the head honcho, swift fist like Kumacho. I got so much style, I should be down with the stylistics. Make up to break up, niggas need to wake up. Smell the Indonesia, beat you to a seizure. Then your moms hit the skin to amnesia. She don't remember just the 2 hits. Her hitting the floor and me hitting the sucking on the. Had the hooker begging for the. And your mom's ain't ugly, love. My got rock quick. I guess I was a combination of House of Pain and Bobby Brown. I was humping around and jumping around. After then I asked her who's the man. She said B.I.G. Then I in her E-Y-E.
Hey, bro.
You got it going on. You're dead wrong. You're big, you're dead wrong. You got it going on. You're dead wrong. Big, you're strong. You got it going on.
Got it going on.
You're dead wrong. You're big, you're dead wrong. Strong. You got it going on.
Got it going on.
Yeah.
Come out and play. I know we had to do a remix, right?
They mad I get more butt than ashtrays. Fuck a fair one, I get mine the fast way. Ski mask way, nigga ransom notes. Far from handsome, but damn a nigga tote. More guns than roses, foes is shaking in their boots. A visible bully, like the gooch disappear, vamoose, you whack to me. Take them rhymes back to the factory. I see the gimmicks, the whack lyrics, the shit is depressing, pathetic. Please forget it. You're mad cause my style you're admiring. Don't be mad, UPS is hiring. You should have been the cop, fuck hip-hop. With that freestyle, you're bound to get shot. Not from Houston, but I rap a lot. Pack the gat a lot, the flame's about to drop.
Here comes a brand new flavor in your ear. Time for new flavor in your ear. I'm just kicking new flavor in your ear. Like a brand new flavor in your ear. Here comes a brand
Alright, y'all, that's it for the legend, man.
Yeah, no.
Just want to give him a shout out.
Hold up, no rapping rap, yeah, boy.
He cut chill off like, hold up.
It's all good. It's all good,
Yeah,
man.
right on time with that
I love
one.
hip hop, man. Hip hop is a good. It's just, yo. It's funny. Last night, I was playing the music for my my father-in-law's. Like I said, 77th, and you know, when you go in and you think, 77, yo, he had a lot of his peers, some of the other people, but they know how to party.
Right.
You could throw on some James Brown and they get their old butts out there. They do the thing. Yeah. But what's funny, man, I threw on some hip hop. Some of the more relative and more well-known hip-hops, and yo,
they got out there and
got out there and they did it, man. You know what I'm saying? You throw on like I said, doing all about the Benjamins. I'm sitting there going,
Yeah.
are they just jamming to the beat, or do they really know that song?
They probably was over there rapping. They knew the words.
So
you got to remember the music that you playing is sampled from their era.
Yep.
So they know the music. They know the music.
Vision, you still there with us?
All right, let's get back in.
I'm still here with y'all.
All right now.
Before I forget, I wanted to say this. I was saying earlier, people need to be cognizant of the laws in their state, and this show broadcasts worldwide. So those who are within the continental United States,
everywhere.
if you want to know whether or not you can lay hands on your child, you need to check the laws in your state. For those of you who live in the state of New Jersey, corporal punishment is allowable, so you can place a well put foot to a well deserving ass here in the state of New Jersey.
Man down.
So Visions, go ahead with what you were saying, and like I said, I'm gonna give Christopher love, except for that one moment where he's on YouTube. But outside of that, he's a very good,
Well,
very
he's
good
mad
kid.
at you anyway, so don't even start before I start recording new
Hold on.
videos.
I was trying to find it. Where's the whack and yellow? Is it? Because I said V.
What is it under V?
Is it AND? Whack AND yellow? Because I see it.
Just we're typing Christopher, whack, and
Put
A&D,
put
yellow.
in Christopher. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
pretty
if you
funny.
do both, you'll get it right away.
It's pretty funny, and it was hilarious when he had first day because you got to remember now he's probably how old is Christopher now?
Oh wow, he's
This
a
was
little.
right after we moved back, right before either before my mom passed or after my mom passed. So it had to be 2010, 2011.
Oh, okay, so it's like a 10-second video.
He's
As a little
young.
boy.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
see it. I see
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, ain't no much to it. It's just
I
funny.
see it. Hold on,
It's
where my
cute.
headphones?
It's cute. One thing I was gonna say was like HR, I was brought up in an era where I got not only did I get my ass handed to me, but I was sent out to go get the switch and bring it in to get my ass handed to me.
That was my grandmama.
Say that again
That
for
was my
some people
grandma.
that don't realize
Don't recognize.
they made you get the switch.
Pick a good
I
one
had
now.
to go. We had a lilac bush, and when I was here at my grandmother's house, we had a lilac bush in the backyard, and I'd have to go and pick my own switch. And it had better be a good switch, because if it wasn't a good switch, and they had to go out and get another switch, it was going to be even worse.
For wasting their time.
That's
So-
terrible.
I gotta watch
But
my damn store.
I
Go out there and
thank-
get that
I
right
thanked
switch.
my mom before she passed away. Long before she passed away, I thanked her because every kids need and truly they want boundaries.
Yeah.
They don't know they want it. They don't know they need it, but in subliminally, unconsciously, they know they need it. And when you're not giving it to them, of course they're going to keep testing the boundaries because they don't know where their boundaries are. And this whole idea of time out doesn't work and not properly disciplined, I'm sorry, and I say a butt woman in certain situations is properly disciplining.
Yeah.
You end up like what we're having right now. And yes, there are, like our HRJR said, regarding young people having babies, they didn't have the right upbringing. Now, my youngest daughter, my oldest daughter, I had her was 18 years old.
Mm-hmm.
But fortunately, I had my mother and both my grandparents. So she was raised as I was raised. Right. And so was all my kids, including Christopher. Now, like you said, yeah, Christopher's a really great kid and everything, but don't believe I don't have to sucker him or get into him. But I can because of his temperament and because I've already put the fear of what could possibly, of how angry I could get. I don't have to lay a hand on him.
And without putting your business all the way out there, I just want to say this: like, pretty much for Christopher, V raised Christopher. It's a single black mother, so I'm gonna be fair about that. So, in a lot of ways, what you're saying is a good guideline for a lot of single parents, because sometimes people lean on that as an excuse. You know what I mean?
And when I want to touch on that one, because when people say, whether it be male or female, that say a woman cannot raise a boy to be a man, as long as you're raising them to be a good human being, which means because the values and responsibilities and how they should be handling themselves shouldn't change whether they're male or female, because really the only difference is how they pee. Women sit to pee, men stand to pee.
No.
Beyond that, women should be respectful of men. Men should be respectful of women.
No.
They should be respectful of themselves. They should be responsible for their actions and their responsibilities and all the things they're supposed to do. If you teach them to be a good human being,
They still ain't gonna be
You
shit.
can't have
He
good male
terrible.
role models, and you teach
Well, yeah, that's
a woman.
different. See.
If you're teaching them to be and you don't have that man in your life, but at some point you had that some man in your life that was of that nature. You teach them and expect of them to be of that level of what you want them to be. You can. I've seen it happen.
Yeah, see, you added some stuff in after that because what you were saying, I was about to completely disagree. you added some stuff after because I was talking about that before we came back. Because I know
but the base of it all, yes, having other male figures in and having
exactly. You need someone.
And it could, but guess what? The base of the thing is most important is teaching them to be a good human being.
And
If you don't, whether you teach, there are black men out there that are raising girls to women. And it's because they are expecting them to be good human beings.
Well
they
said.
can't teach them nothing about certain womanly things. Yes, that's very true. But if they're teaching them to respect themselves, respect their body, respect other people, be responsible, they're raising them to be women.
And then you have to have that
between being a woman and being a female species, as there's a difference between being a man and being a male.
Of course. You're definitely right.
Yes.
You're definitely right.
All right, Vision, we want to thank you for calling up and giving us this powerful message. That was strong.
I have one question, though, before I left, and this is regarding something I did, and I need to ask HRJR this.
Get him. He on the line. Got him.
Okay. I had a situation at my son's school. This new little boy came to the school and pretty much was harassing the entire class.
Well, he came to the school?
New to the school, came straight in, and was verbally and physically harassing the class.
Okay. All right, so basically he's the reverse of the new kid that comes in on the shy and the humble.
And he's the one that's being...
He want to come in and put his thing down and piss all over, mark his territory, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So basically...
He has kicked, he has punched, he has thrown paint at other children.
Wow.
All he's done to Christopher is verbal.
Well, here's the thing. Bottom line is, okay, he's a badass kid, and if the principal's not going to do anything, you know, if the teacher's not going to do anything, complain to the principal. If the principal's not going to do anything, complain to the school board. If the school board's not going to do anything, complain to the superintendent of the Board of Education for your town. If the Board of Education isn't going to do anything, file police reports, document every incident where in which your child this kid puts hands on your child or whatever. And if you can't get any problem from the school board or that whole chain of command, then take your complaint straight to the mayor's office.
Well, this is what I did.
She
Was
did
he was
something.
just verbally saying stuff to Christopher to the point where Christopher got really worked up.
Wow.
And I went in, and the child came out to school and came up to me and said, I need to teach Christopher how to be respectful and not be rude.
What?
And I turned around and I said, where's your mama at? 'Cause I need to tell her about your ass.
Well, you know, see,
and made an appointment with. I talked to the teacher who reported to the because what the town I live in, they have two counselors for all of the elementary schools. Okay. And he reported to her. I talked with her, and still nothing was done. So I talked to the principal, and I told the principal, I was like, because I'm not going to keep having conversations with people. I'm not going to keep repeating myself. So I'm going to say this once. I told Christopher, this little boy, 'cause by this time he already hit two other little kids, and their parents did nothing. I said, if he lays hands on Christopher, Christopher has mine. I have ordered, not given permission, I have ordered him to kick his ass.
Oh yeah! Oh, absolutely.
That's what it is.
Absolutely. But see,
and
make
then
sure.
I'm going to come in here, and you're not going to like it.
And if it has to be that way, it has to be that way. But you need to protect yourself and your interests. So if this kid has been putting his hands on your child, you need to file a police report. It's not the same as pressing charges. It's basically documenting the incident so that if it comes down to you having to show your ass at the school or your son having to kick this kid's ass because of whatever reason, you have a paper trails of harassment from this kid so that if it goes to a level of going to court before a judge, you'll be able to say, look, there's a pattern of harassment going on, and my kid did what he had to do to defend himself. Me personally, my oldest son is autistic, goes to a special school, don't have to worry necessarily about bullying there because every kid is in their own planet. My youngest kid is 4, and he's cool, but he's in pre-K right now. So I'm gonna have to be concerned at some point with the bullying aspect and all that other thing. But my focus has always been, as a parent, to instruct my children as my father instructed me. Let them get that first hit.
Yep.
Let him get that first hit. That's what my father told me. If he's still listening, he'll call in and say, that's what he always did. Let him get that first hit. And then you beat them with an inch of their MF in life, so they think twice about putting their hands on you or anybody else's child. But Visions, we want to thank you for calling because we're going to keep it moving, baby.
All right.
Hey, Vic, get in chat, Vic, because we'll read your comments. The other I do got to say this real quick. And once again, I'm not a parent, but we all say that. I like the way we all say that phrase, if someone hits you, hit them back. But let's be honest.
My mother didn't tell me that.
Every child ain't a good fighter.
Yeah.
You could be telling your kid, and he could be walking into the ass whooping of his life.
Hold on.
I'm being honest.
If you send your child out there telling them if somebody hit you, hit them back, and you don't teach them nothing,
that's a good point.
Then your child deserved the ass kicking he got coming if he think he gonna get up there and do what he saw on
Power Rangers.
It was kick ass.
Yeah, he got. You see what happened to him, right? He got his ass kicked.
Everybody knows the comedian Kevin Hart, right? Kevin Hart said a joke. He said, one time I seen this little kid hitting my son, and I told my son, no, hit him back, fight him back. So the kid went up to the kid. He said, okay, I got him. And put a Spider-Man web out on him.
Yeah, exactly.
The kid looked at him and then beat Kevin Hart kid butt. And then Kevin Hart said, what you was doing? He said, I was webbing him.
I webbed him, daddy.
See, the funny thing with me is my kids, my youngest one's favorite pastime is playing Connect Sports, boxing, Connect Sports. So my son is good with his on Connect Sports. So I'll be putting him in Taekwondo when he turned 5, so he can actually know what it's like to contact something. But as far as swinging go,
and the funny thing,
nice with his on that Connect Sports.
Hey, wait, the funny thing about that Kevin Hart story at the end, Kevin Hart went out there to the boy. He beat his ass too. He said, "You ain't tell me that." That boy ain't in what school? What grade you in?
Wait a minute. I'm sorry, everybody.
My kid webbed somebody.
You know what I'm really laughing at? Because HR, I got one of my little cousins is the same way.
Oh man, they fight. I be looking at
I webbed him, daddy.
I looked at my little one. I sit there and watch him because I play Connect Sports boxing. It's a workout for me.
It is.
It's a workout for me. And he'll sit there and he'll knock the other character out and hit him 2 more times before he hit the deck.
I know some grown folks that need to get on that game, man. I'm serious. That's funny.
I think Kevin Hart need that game.
That's funny. I want to get back to something too that's going crazy, and basically it's kind of talking about what Fresh is saying. I want to get to the viral aspect of these kids wilding out, and it's getting to a point where it's horrible. I'm a wall watcher, but that's because it ties into what we do here on the radio station. We need to be viral. Yeah. We need to know what's going on the web. But what's sad is sometimes you end up looking at things and you got to just shake your head. Like all of the young girls right now that are twerking and everything. Not only twerking, but just taking the pictures and back shots and everything. But what's crazy is some of them are so young. And it's funny. And I'm going to keep it funky with you. It's not that I know trying to look at little girls and nothing like that, but sometimes across looking at adult things, you happen to run into somebody and you just shake your head and be like, this girl can't be no more than 16.
Yeah, just some grown folks stuff.
Look at that. Yeah.
Last year I saw a video online. Young girl was somebody on the line?
Yeah, we got a call on.
All right, sit tight, caller. I want to make this quick.
Oh, is that caller still on the line?
Nah, that's a different caller. It's a new caller.
Last year I saw a video that was going around the internet. Young girl was talking slick about her parents and whatnot, and the father took her laptop out in the field and lit that laptop up like a Christmas tree. Pulled out a 45.
On
air.
I mean, viral.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, obviously he lived somewhere where you could do that.
Wow. Kentucky somewhere.
I bet you he wasn't in New York.
He's going to jail.
No, but that's interesting. That's interesting. All right, caller. I can't see that number, y'all. I'm starting to get old. I need glasses. What's that number?
646. You're online. We're live in the vocal booth. BKS.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yes. We can hear you.
Yes, hi. Listen, you know, a lot of the things we also overlook, too, is that, you know, parents don't look or have this respect for their children. You know, we put it on the kids on how rotten they are these days. But then again, you know, somewhere other parents, especially mothers, the way they talk to their children is horrific.
Exactly.
You know,
I
I've
agree.
seen it where mothers are calling their kids out of their names.
Caller, what is
You
your
know,
name?
and they forget that their children are people persons too. We have to learn, in order for our kids to respect us and respect, you know, outside the home, we have to talk to our kids with respect, with love, and have discipline ourselves as parents.
Caller, what's your name?
My name is Anna. Oh, by
Anna.
the way,
Hey,
HRJ,
girl.
what's up, baby?
What's going on, Mama?
You bring a good point up.
Well, yeah, no,
You know,
she makes sense.
This is a topic this is an awesome topic, you know. I see this all the time. I'm going to give you an example. Not too long ago, I was on the train, and this one mother was yelling at her kid and calling him out of his name, saying the most horrible things. And I said to her, I said, ma'am, I said, listen, I'm sorry, baby, but you shouldn't talk to your son that way. And what she came out of her mouth was horrific.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
and
see,
what do you say to that?
see, it's a fine line because really, as a parent, you well, depending on the age of the child, it comes in. You got to teach them the difference, like the level of respect. But then once they know better or know the level of respect, you're the parent. So
exactly.
I say what I want to say. You're my child, so you don't repeat or you don't act. What do they say? Do as I say, not as I not do, which is not a realistic concept. But at a certain age, you know better. If you are taught now, if that parent that you're speaking of, like the one you're talking about, she might have just been ignorant, and her child's probably young or too young to even know the difference, and they're learning that from them. But if they already know that, and then you know they're acting a fool or something, and then you cuss them out or whatever, that doesn't justify for the child to act out or to use the same negative language toward the parent or other adults that the parent used towards them at that point. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
I do understand your point, though. You got to show respect also. You don't just talk to your child all this little MF and this and that, and then wonder why your child at school with a potty mouth.
To that I would add this, and this is coming from a police perspective, and you might don't take this the wrong way, but I can only be as direct as I can be, and sometimes you have to just mind your business.
Yeah.
It's really as appalled as you may be at how this parent is doing whatever this parent is doing.
Definitely
escalate. You taking that 1 minute or whatever to approach that parent and speak your mind, give them a piece of your mind, you open yourself up to whatever type of ratchetness and trifleness that person hit, because somebody could come out and say, well, who the heck are you? And next thing you know, you might find yourself in the middle of a brawl. And then when the police come, the parent's going to say, well, she got in my face about how I'm dealing with my child, and it's going to automatically go to that person's side. I'll tell you another quick story from the job. I got sent to the mall in Sears, and there was this kid who was hiding under the table, one of the display tables, and there was a crowd going around because the mother was mortified. She couldn't get him to come out from under the table. And I come up, and I'm like, out of all these, I couldn't tell who the parent was.
Right.
You know, and so I walked up to the kid, went under the table, looked under the table. Boy, get your butt from under the table now. And well, he got his ass
Came from under the table. Exactly.
You know, and
so that's what mamas don't.
And so I'm like, all you people standing around here, which one of you is his parent? The mother came out. She's all embarrassed. She's crying. Everybody else, go about your business. Now, I'm 6'3", at the time, 280-something pounds in uniform. So naturally, everybody went on about their business. But this one lady took it upon herself to come to me and say she was yelling at him to get from under the table, and I think it was appalling. I said, ma'am, do you feed this woman's child? Well, no. Do you put clothes on this child's back? Well, no. Are you paying any of this woman's bills for this child?
Preach.
Well, no. Then, ma'am, with all due respect, you, as I instructed everybody else, need to go about your business. Well, I never. Well, badge number's 478. Spell my name right, REED, if you want to complain. But mind your business.
White or black? I'm just curious.
Caucasian.
Come on, she like black.
Caucasian. You already know.
You know, ain't no black woman gonna come up. Black woman. If a
But
black
you know,
woman,
but you have, it's hard too. You see these kids, this poor kid, seeing he was mortified. This lady's calling this child out in his name in the street. And then you see he's so helpless. What do you do to that? Okay, I said what I said. I should not have said anything. But in defense of that little kid, at the end of the day, I had to walk away because they called me out of my name as well.
Yeah, but when you see stuff like that, also a lot of times it's like misdirection, or they're projecting. They're going through something in their own life, and the frustration and aggravation, and they're already angry. So then when you come in and say something, they're going to direct their physical or all that emotion or whatever they're going through that they're taking out on their child on you, and more so because you're a stranger. You're not their child. So if you see the way she was talking to her child, imagine what she would do, or to take out her frustrations on you. It'll just it's like giving her an excuse to do so. I understand what you're saying, but you got to think of things from that standpoint sometimes too, because when you see people acting with ignorance, sometimes they don't know any better. Things can escalate from there.
If you see a parent just straight whipping a child's ass,
that's a little different. Jump in front of it.
You're right. I don't understand. I'm on my business these days. But basically, what I was trying to say, all in all, is the fact that we as parents, we're the foundation of our home.
Right.
Of our children and all. And when you can't expect a child to not talk back to you when that's exactly what you taught him to do.
Yeah. No, I understand what you're saying.
I was in a situation where years ago I did volunteer work for a women's shelter, and there was one episode where we was doing helping the daycare center, and this one little kid, he must have been like 3 years old, calling me out of my name, calling me the B word, and everybody that was in the room. So, at the end of the day, we put him to the side, letting him know, give him a little timeout to see if maybe, because we had to get him assess the situation.
No, see, I'm gonna tell you how HRJR would have handled that. I'm gonna tell you how HRJR would have handled that. All right, here it is. You take a little child to the side. Listen here, you little mother.
Yeah, he's terrible.
Your last time calling me outside my name was your last time calling me outside my name. You call me outside my name one more goddamn time, and I'm gonna be your mama for the next 5 minutes after, and I guarantee you, Mr. or Miss will come out of your mouth for the rest of your goddamn life.
What I learned too in
Hold on,
talking
Chill.
to parents.
The views expressed by HRJ
do not represent the whole PKS1 radio live.
Let me say this though. I call that the Batman technique.
We need that to come up on the screen when he speaks sometime.
Because what the Batman technique is if you ever watch the movie Batman, when Batman gets villains, like it's funny. Superman, all the other guys, they be like, "You better tell," and then the villains be like, "What you gonna do?" But when Batman gets him in a corner, he talks to him just like HR said. You better tell me what's going on. Next thing you know, they rat. You know what
like
I mean?
first 48. He got an ultimate feast.
Caller, we want to thank you for calling. Do please tune in to Honorable Move.
Take care, guys.
Mama.
All right.
Interesting, real interesting, man. And the viral thing, I definitely, like I said, I'm really concentrating on that because World Star Hip Hop is taking it to a whole different level.
Chill,
Let's
when
talk
I
about
kid
that.
you not, it was this kid I seen on World Star Hip Hop, and myself, I know if I was there with my kid, I would yoke this kid up. I'd have been going to jail. By the way, we
This
HR
little girl with the basketball game?
Yeah, no, what, a basketball game? No, it was a boy.
What were we watching before?
No, it was a boy, and he was at Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh wow!
And this little boy was climbing over all the ski balls, right? And it was everybody was rolling. Some Spanish lady tried to get him to stop because he was taking people's other kids' balls and rolling them up. And so the Spanish lady tried to get him to stop. He spit on her face. This went on for about 2 minutes, and nobody found 2 to 3 minutes, and nobody found the parents.
Oh, he was spitting in the lady's face.
He spit in the lady's face once, but then he was cursing other people out and stuff like that. Well, he was saying something to other people, but it went on for 2 to 3 minutes, and that's 2 to 3 minutes is a long time for it to go on. Until one of the workers got fed up and said, "Oh, nah, hell nah." Just grabbed him off of the thing and took him back. Like, who kid is this?
Yeah,
but no other parent wanted to do that. But he spit on this older lady's face.
Oh, they would have had a problem.
Well, I told you, it's a lot of what's going on is fear. I mean, if not fear necessarily of you disciplining your child, but fear of what other people are going to see and report and everything. And it got parents handcuffed, which is unfortunate. Let me say this: some parents handcuffed.
Man, listen, I tell my friend, son, every chance I get, you a lucky boy.
Yeah.
I said, I swear, if my mama was around, or if you was my son, you wouldn't have none of those issues. He wouldn't talk to you the way he do. You ask him one time, he'll be right there. If I had the permission, if you uncuff, because I'm not in a position to be able to put my hand, let your mama tell me you done. You'll be a completely different little boy.
Now, on another note, I want to pass something on to the parents that are watching this show now and may watch a rebroadcast later. All right? If your child is acting a damn fool out in public and there's a cop sitting nearby enjoying his or her lunch, don't tell that damn child you're going to get that cop to lock the kid up if he keep acting up. Don't do that.
Nope.
Don't do that for a number of reasons. One, the cop don't give a damn about your badass kid. I'm speaking from personal experience. I have gone 2 finger snaps in the toilet flush away from cussing people out in the middle of Wendy's or somewhere because I'm trying to enjoy what little bit of 15 minutes I can get. And I got some damn lady talking about, Mija, if you don't behave yourself, I'm going to have him lock you up. Fuck out. I'm sorry, no.
What exactly? do people actually go to police officers and expect them to do something?
Oh,
in that case?
Like to talk, like to scare them straight. Scare straight program.
The program to try to scare the kid right then and there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But see, here's the problem with that, and this is what I've told parents, and I'll be quick to tell them what my badge number and spell my name right, because certain things you just gonna complain about. I don't give a F about getting in trouble with about, and I would tell parents, it's not the cop's job to discipline your child. It's not the cop's job. That's your job. That's your child. Period. Because what'll happen is, see, I came up in an era, and chill, we came up when our parents taught us, if you're ever in trouble, that's the man you go to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You tell him your name, your address, and your phone number, and that you need help. Parents aren't telling kids that anymore. They're telling their kids that's the man that's going to lock you up. Now, you're telling a 5-year-old, 6-year-old, 7-year-old, 8-year-old, 9-year-old, 10-year-old that this is the man that's going to lock you up. When this kid gets in trouble out in the street, instead of running to the person that's supposed to help him, he's going to run away from him.
Yeah.
And in some of these states, that kid's going to catch a bullet in the back.
Yeah. Hold up. Vision said, let me scroll up. She says some people are worrying more about the respecting the child than worrying about teaching them to be respectful and responsible human beings, and I agree fully. That's what I was trying to explain to the caller. If the child is being embarrassed because they are being hollered at for their bad behavior, then the child deserves it. Exactly.
Guest 1463 says, what up, BKS1? Bottom line is, a lot of these kids in the hood are second generation crack babies. And they have severe mental and emotional issues that haven't been addressed. Yeah.
She's not lying.
She's not lying.
This is the
give yourself a name.
Yeah, this is the problem. Aside from that, this is the problem that I have with the parents nowadays. They rather work overtime and leave their kids to run amok than to come home and spend time with their kids. A lot of parents is working, and you don't have to work this much. They might work because they want to buy some new shoes or a new car or something like that. But now their kids are going out and doing all this crazy stuff just so you can get a new car.
What's funny is the cost of living. I agree in the aspect that the cost of living does have something to do with it, because I know that theoretically in a perfect world you're gonna be home, you're gonna watch your kids, you're gonna love your kids and everything. But the real honest to God truth is sometimes parents do gotta work extra hours, and that also leads to having other people watch your kids, which also leads to them not being as respectful, because the kids now, and let's be fair, they're smarter than what we give them credit for.
And here's the thing.
True.
Granted, you got to work, you got to put in the hours and all this, that, and the third, and I get that. But this is your child. This is your greatest investment on the face of the damn planet.
This is your legacy.
All right? And here's the thing. Child didn't ask to be here.
You know?
You did whatever you did to bring that child into this world. Child didn't ask to be here. That's an investment you have to make, because I tell you what, the time you don't put in on that child, somebody else will. Something else will. All right? And like I was saying before, in terms of the police perspective, by the time it comes for your child to deal with a cop, then what's going to happen is the child's going to end up on a slab in the morgue at the coroner's office, and the next thing you know, the mother's going to be on the 6 o'clock news with that Pop Warner football picture
when he was all good.
When he was all good. Yeah. But dude is like 15, 16 years old, slanging and banging now.
Now, yeah, gang banging.
And caught a hot one upside the head, and now Pookie ain't never did nothing wrong.
Now I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this, like, just on the side note that you spent. I don't believe that. I respect gang culture and things like that, because it's stuff that is good to it and stuff that's bad to it. It's more bad, but there's stuff that's good to it also. But what I don't respect is a gang member who had a mother and father. You had a mother and father in your life. You still choose to be a gang member. You still choose to be a gang member. And I don't blame that on the gang member. I blame it on the parents, because there's no reason with both a mother and father you shouldn't be like. In your life, like, not just a mother and father that's living, but a mother and father in your life that you shouldn't be a outstanding citizen.
The question is, if you got a mother, like my father was saying, he wasn't having me be raised by my mother not because of who she is, but because of the environment. She might not have been able to handle me, and I would say in a household where there are both parents, where there is a father, how in the hell, unless that father is also a part of the gang culture?
Yeah.
If the father is not a part of the gang culture, how can that father allow his son to become part of the gang culture? See, that's the one thing my father instilled in me. He said, listen, let me tell you something. I ain't gonna let you run these little knuckleheads in the street. I wasn't allowed to go off the block till I was like 15, 16 years old. When like we used to play, we used to play pole football on the street. Yeah. All right. When I was on North I was on North 14th Street when the North 14th Street kids wanted to go play 15th, 16th Street kids. I had to go back in the house and play with the G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip. Wow. Because I couldn't go off the block.
Yeah.
Hey, that's one thing, and I'm gonna say parenting has definitely changed. It has to be changed. It's a whole different warfare now. And you know what, HR, I give you credit. I give Soups credit. I give the people that we know a lot of credit. So that way we know what's popping and what's going on. So I'm going to play this video that Kirk put up. You guys keep going into it a little bit. I'm going to play this video, see if it comes out something for us. Kirk, talk about it a little bit.
Oh, yeah, this video, there's a video post. I took it off one of my friend's pages, but it's like powerful. It almost had me like, you ever get emotional? You listen to something and it's so deep, like talking about with the child support and with the co-parenting. Yeah. And it just had me like really like tears. Like I was just sitting there like, wow, like seriously.
Made you moist.
Yeah. Woo! Made me moist. He's still there. But yeah, no, the brother went in. He went all the way in.
Yeah, like, I saw it. That was deep.
Yeah.
In the chat room, ATL said, let's see, what did he say about this? He said, ladies need to stop having all these babies. And that's true. It's a setup, it's a trap. But you know what? Here's the thing. Dudes need to stop shooting up the club.
Yep. Takes two to tango.
You can't say women need to stop. Women ain't making babies by their damn selves. Dudes need to, strap on. I'll tell you a funny story, because, my father was on the line and everything. When my father when we had that talk about birth control or whatnot, I was maybe 12 years old, and he showed me a condom. It was still in the wrapper. It was a blue Trojan in the wrapper, and he asked me, y'all gonna laugh because the shit is funny. I laugh at it myself.
Can't fit those.
He asked, that's your business. No Elmo.
I don't know nothing about those.
So he showed me it was the blue wrapper. All right, he says, you know what this is? Now, mind you, I'm like 12 years old.
Water balloon.
I was like, Alka-Seltzer?
Wow.
Yeah, pop it in your mouth, son. Go on and pop it in.
But no, he took it out, and we had that talk. But here's the thing. He was there with me to have that talk.
Exactly. Right. That's what I was trying to get to with the young lady with visions when we were on the phone. it's just certain things. Even though you say, okay, have a role model or different organizations, it still doesn't take the place of that father figure. That's not my father.
Yeah.
There to show me these things that.
But here's the thing: if Papa was a Rolling Stone and that dude keep on rolling, you got to take what you get. You can't say I have the pastor, I have the guidance counselor,
Right.
I have the basketball coach, but I still don't have my daddy.
Yeah, you can't.
Well, here's the thing: you've got 3 father figures right there.
Mm-hmm.
You've got 3 positive male role models, but you're gonna cry about who don't care about you, who's not there.
Yeah.
At some point in time, now for a child, you can understand that, but for a teenager, someone has to speak to that teenager, that young person, male or female, so that they understand. Listen, you don't have this one person. And that's sad. That's a tragedy.
But God
gave you several people to help you.
I got that, but it's not even just that point, because some women will take that person out of the equation. Just to I don't need you to do this. I could do this on my own. I see it all the time. And then back when they had the Destiny's Child thing, oh, my lady's independent. Women, I don't need a man to do this, or they were trying to take the man out of the equation, trying to make it more so to do it themselves on their own, not just because the gentleman moved on. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. And they had that mentality, that mindset to break up the family. It's like they went from the 70s to the Black Power, the man, woman, and child, to the, I can do it on my own. And that's where the whole veered. I think that's where we veered.
Prentice Powell.
All right, so let's go to it. This is a poem that was on Arsenio. Check it out. Live in the vocal booth.
Arsenio, I'm tired of us always having to prove our love to our sons. One of the biggest compliments I get a lot of times is how great of a father I am. You see pictures on the internet. People compliment you a lot because they see photos. And honestly, sometimes I want to tell people, don't tell me I'm a good father when you don't know anything about me. Fun-loving daddy and son pictures on a Facebook page do not equate to instilling values into your child's development. And the fact that I'm black should be irrelevant when it comes to my ability to raise my son. My skin tone should not make me any better or worse when it comes to the paternal instinct. But because fathers like me are apparently extinct, I get extra praise. And for what? For doing what I'm supposed to do. From strangers. Strangers who don't know, when my son was born, I only got him from 12 noon on Saturdays to 5 p.m. on Sundays, went to the court to get more time, came back with 12 noon on Saturdays to 5 p.m. on Sundays, plus child support, fought for a year, had him for a year and a half, if not more, had him 50% of the time, if not more, only to lose him when he started school to summertime and rotating holidays. So when you see me in the streets with my little one and want to say, it's so good seeing the father doing his job, spending that quality time, don't, because I ain't being robbed. Robbed of the greatest gift. Forced to live through pictures on an iPhone to recognize the touch of my lips more than they do my fingertips. And the smell of his lotion every day I rub into my skin, so when I smell myself, I think of him. Forced to live through memories that occur within the span of 1 week. Through occasional webcam chats with a child too young to speak back, so when he reaches for you through that camera, all you can say is, son, I miss you too. Or watching your son learn how to ride a bike via Skype at the hands of another man, and even though he is a good man and you are glad he's around, that man is not you. And not letting his mother know that all this is getting to you, so you get up to grab some tissue, because at all times, that distance of 3,117.4 miles can feel more like 3 million. Try dropping your son off at the airport with 3 teeth in his mouth, go 4 weeks without him, watch him come back with 5, and see if you don't beat yourself up for not being around during that time. So don't tell me I'm a good father when you don't know anything about me. Try to convince a person that knows nothing about you that you are simply worthy of time. See thousands of people inspired by your story, but still feel that you are getting nowhere. Have people motivated by the pain that sits right here every day inside of your chest, and that same pain being a reflection of the amount of love that you possess. I want you to imagine your newborn baby sleep. You're watching them. Try to get his sleep patterns down pat, praying to God you get it right, because you have one night and have to go 6 days until you get him back. Imagine being able to fly through this world doing what you love to do, but because of a court order, your son before the age of 1 has to fly twice a month, which may mean by the age of 2, he'll have more frequent flyer miles than you. Try never spending a day in your life locked up in prison and still watch your child grow up primarily through photos. Learn about his milestones via text message or Facebook and see if you don't feel numb. So how can I smile when people tell me I'm such a good father when I feel like I'm not giving enough time to actually be one? Raise your son without feeling like you're actually raising him. And I know everything in this world doesn't go the way we plan. I can accept that. All that's fine. I just don't understand how a man can be forced to pay half of daycare, half of medical expenses, food, clothes, water, but the same man that laid down to create that child is not automatically given half of the time. Something about that situation is not right. And when I'm done with this poem, I mean this. I don't care if any of you clap. I just want my praise, my kudos, my air, my earth, my water, my drive, my moon, my sun, my baby, my motivation, my son. I just want my chance. I just want my son, Justice Prentice Powell. I want my baby back. Thank you.
Now that's what I'm talking about right there.
Wow, well said.
You see why I had to share that, right? That brother's deep. That thing had me.
Make me want to go out and slap the shit.
Had me a. What he said? What? You want to slap who?
Make me just want to slap the shit out of somebody.
Walk right in dive and smack everybody in there.
Let me tell you something, man. I was 1 out of 5 black cops in a department of over 200 cops, and wow. I was the youngest, and I made no qualms about letting people know I was not the safe Negro.
What's the token? No token over here.
I was not the safe Negro. I was that dude, and I was trained early by old school cops in the city of East Orange. That's why I started my career. And one of the things one of my first training officers told me was, no matter what you do throughout your career, if people aren't complaining about you at some extent, you ain't doing your job.
Right.
And but so when I would, find myself, a couple years later in the suburbs doing the job, I had one of my supervisors come to me and says, I think I want to send you to verbal judo class. What the hell, you verbal judo? It was basically the PC way of talking to people, And I said, sir, I mean, I understand I'm getting complaints every so often, but are any of these people saying that I've disrespected them? Well, no, they just don't feel as though you allowed them to speak. I don't have time to hear them speak. I'm not here to hear their tale of woe.
Right.
I'm here to do a job. I'm like the dude in Dragnet. Just the facts, ma'am. Just the facts. I dated myself, chill. These young boys here don't know what Dragnet is. They don't know nothing about that.
Drag racing?
It's an old TV show?
It's a great show.
It's an old cop
Dragnet, the show.
It's an old cop show.
Yeah, I remember Dragnet. That was a joint.
Well,
that was a joint.
Hilarious. Yo, so look, it's been a great night tonight. And listen, don't forget, we got 5 more minutes, but we're going to talk it out. Before we even do that, callers, you can always tune in live in the vocal booth. We're here every Saturday from 11 to 1 a.m. We get it in. Great topics, guests, everything.
Give a shout out to all the callers that called today.
Yeah, man. Give us some love.
Yeah.
Give a shout out to all the callers.
Appreciate y'all.
My father.
Oh,
yeah,
your father.
I spoke with him.
Let's give a shout out to HISR with the belt in his hand. He was ready. He said, "That boy don't answer the phone this time. I'm on my way."
Yeah, man.
No games. But I seen him with his Red Fox can go on. He was out.
Shout out to everybody that called in and even chimed in the chat. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, they going into the chat.
That's what's up.
Honestly, I can't even. There are some good parents out there though, because I went to the like I said, I don't have a daughter or a son, but I have a child I consider a daughter because I've been there since her father was killed.
Nice.
And she was 1 year. She was 1 year old. She barely could walk almost. And I went to. She actually asked me to go to a daddy-daughter dance with her.
Wow.
We went there, and there was actually a lot of parents there.
I remember when I took my little sister there.
A lot of parents there.
I remember when I looked to my little sister to the father-daughter dance.
There's nothing like it.
Yeah, nah, it really isn't. Yeah, his father like he don't play no games either.
Mr. T.
Yeah, his father said, "I pity this fool." He acted.
And shout out to you, Fresh, for doing that, man. And that's something else too that we lose in the mix. If you're not a biological parent, you still can be a mentor, still can be a guardian. You know what I mean? And you still can instill in kids a lot of your knowledge as long as it's sensible values. Yeah, man.
Man, a lot of the fathers in our community or whatever don't raise their I've raised 3. I don't have any children. I've raised my little cousins like they to this day, even though they're adults now, but they wouldn't want to be left in the house with me. Nah, don't leave us with Curtis because Curtis ain't played them games. Just like he said, that old school. You act pop. Ho, who you talking to?
I tell you, one of my proudest moments of my career.
Belt out.
2012 was the 50th anniversary of my brothers will get mad at me for saying it, for my, I'll say fraternity for lack of a better word, so that everybody understands the type of organization I'm talking about. But we're non-Greek, so we call ourselves, we're a social fellowship. In any case, 2012 was our 50th anniversary, and we were founded at Morgan State College, which is now Morgan State University. So we're out there, it's maybe about 2,000 of us, deep. Never seen, in 20 years, never seen that many brothers. But we out there deep. And I'm out there with my brothers and everything, and I hear this voice, Uncle Reed! What the hell? I turn around, this young sister comes up, runs up to me, hugs me, and I had to like compose myself because I'm around the brothers and everything. But no, this was a young sister who I mentored when she was in Woodbridge High School from her freshman year all through her senior year. I mentored her. She was starting out on some knucklehead tendencies, but she was able to straighten herself out. Now, mind you, this was October of 2012. She graduated Morgan State that spring of 2012, and she ran up to me in front of all my brothers and everything, and just basically gave me a hug, kiss on the cheek and everything, called me Uncle Reed, and thanked me for being there for her to keep her on the straight and narrow path. Now she's, out there in the world doing her thing, graduate of Morgan State University.
See, so we can leave with a good note because it shows even with all the bad parenting going out there are some good brothers out here and good sisters.
Yeah, we try and put it together.
No doubt.
We're going to start our Super League.
So, as we always say,
it's never about us. It's always about you, because you are the next best kept secret.
Peace.
Till next
week.
Y'all rock that. Y'all rock that, man. Yeah, that's what's popping. All right, so check it out. Y'all make sure y'all go in, get it in, do y'all thing. We appreciate y'all, man, and we'll check y'all next week. All right.
I know y'all gonna miss me, but I'll be back.
I'm sorry?